Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. The S&P 500 was up almost 0.5% today, really close to a new all-time high. Actually, we're up 25 points today, for example, and we're 9 points away from the high, so could get there shortly. However, tomorrow is the CPI report. Things could go either way. The expectation is actually that inflation will have shown some fall. So that's what we've seen a couple months now, and it hasn't. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But still, really strong market today. We actually got the wholesale price index, PPI, it's called, for inflation in the wholesale arena, and it was up 0.5% month over month, which is actually fairly high. However, they readjusted the previous months down quite a bit, actually, to the point where the report is almost useless. I mean, one of them dropped almost 50% on a month over month basis. So we'll see how that works out as far as that goes. But nonetheless, the market has this momentum, is trying to get to a high. And, the CPI could knock that out, could blast us right through that if it comes out to be even meet expectations. Chairman Powell was speaking today also, and it just seems like, they're not talking about raising rates. They're being patient with the, inflation in terms of the stickiness and what have you. And there actually seem to be a little bit of concern over the employment market, which is kind of a good thing in this case. It just keeps the Fed from wanting to raise rates or maybe lowering rates sooner than later, which is what the market really wants as far as that goes. We're getting kind of this if meme stock going again this week, which is kind of interesting. We're seeing some of these, like GameStop is up over 170% this week alone. And this is where, a group of traders gets together, probably buys options so they can have a bigger influence. And when they buy options, the custodians have to buy the actual stock. And they do this on stocks that are heavily shorted. And so that makes the people that are shorting have to buy it back so that they don't get killed on this run up, which of course drives it up even more. And so this is kind of a game we saw going on, in the 2020 time frame also, and it's kind of coming back at the moment. It sort of signifies, I think, the bull market run that we're in and just kind of where things are going as far as that goes. So, we've got a pretty strong economy. Got Europe picking up now. We're starting to see Europe do fairly well. China's doing okay. They lowered rates in Sweden. And so, maybe that means they're going to be lowering rates in the ECU area there too. We'll see how that plays out. You've got this situation where, the economies around the world are starting to do better here too, which I think is going to be a nice boost to this. We're seeing a big run in utilities. We've got a big chunk of utilities now in our portfolio. And one of the things that's happening is that they're seeing a demand curve increase because all this artificial intelligence searching that's being done with these chips is really boosting the energy demand. And honestly, the utilities haven't seen a big jump in demand for quite a while, but their stock is starting to move quite well. So anyway, that's an interesting play that's happening right now too. So there's a lot of good stuff happening. April was kind of rough to deal with because we had such a nice 5-month run prior to that, but May is looking pretty good here so far. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with the CPI report, see if the market can keep going. We did hit a new all-time high today in the NASDAQ, so that's a good sign. I think we will get there eventually on the S&P. Even if it drops some tomorrow, we probably come back around and start challenging that high here just because the momentum is really strong to the upside. So look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Thank you very much.